I walked in Friday and
It's okay, honey.
It's okay.
found out that I didn't have a job anymore. No pay. It was payday, no checks.
These are my two kids. I'm single. I support them myself. I don't know where we're going to get money from.
We built this company. This company was a strong company, and they're stealing it from us.
It is a form of violence against working people that is taking place all across the country. Men and women who have worked at the same plant for years show up one morning to find their plant padlocked, their jobs and benefits gone, and in most cases, even their last paycheck.
We have 5 children, and we still need to feed them. We still need to pay our mortgage. We still need to pay our bills. And knowing that neither one of us has a paycheck coming in any longer is quite frightening.
It is the kind of contempt for working people that future generations will find incomprehensible. Why have we let it go on for so long? And how did it all begin?
Now may I call upon the Prime Minister to sign the agreement on behalf of the people of Canada.
December 17, 1992. A special day for the Prime Minister and his cabinet.
I am sure that Canadians will recognize that the North American Free Trade Agreement is a good agreement for Canada and a good deal for Canadians.
The North American Free Trade Agreement. Few Canadians knew that much about it when it was made law 20 years ago, except that free trade was guaranteed to create jobs. Good jobs. That was the word of the politician.
So the politicians were really the handmaids of big business. But of course, as soon as the borders went down, companies didn't have to manufacture in Canada, they weren't protected by tariffs, they fled back to Ohio, wherever they came from, and we lost manufacturing jobs by the ton. We're now a resource economy. We live by selling dirty oil, and that's what Stephen Harper wants to do. And what happens when we run out of dirty oil, God only knows.
20 years later, the Canadian landscape is littered with empty factories and plants that once manufactured things, along with more than 1 million decent paying jobs. In Montreal and Winnipeg, Avios shuts its doors and kicks out 2,600 workers as it prepares to move its plant to El Salvador, where the minimum wage in the manufacturing sector is less than $1 an hour.
I got called yesterday at 5 o'clock, and basically by my manager, and he told me that Avios has closed down and shut down. Don't come into work on Monday.
I think we should ask our politicians, what are they going to do to help us today?
The workers want government to step in, but it is the government itself pushing free trade, which allows companies to close shop in this country and exploit workers in other countries. In their quest for profits, no opportunity is turned down.
Mexico has the best environmental legislation in the world, and there is no enforcement. People do whatever they want. So this meant that a lot of companies did in fact move first to Ohio and then to Mexico, 2 steps, and then probably to China. And that's the nature of the global economy. They're going to go wherever anything is the cheapest possible, and what the effects are on people they leave behind, too bad.
Lax environmental laws, low wages, freedom to abuse human rights. It's all fair game as companies close their plants in Canada and head to other countries for bigger profits, all permitted under the rules of free trade. Under these conditions, how does one keep companies from leaving Canada? Corporate tax cuts. New jobs will be created, guaranteed.
And joining us now in studio is Jim Flaherty, the federal finance minister and the MP for Whitby-Oshawa. What is the value in lowering corporate tax rates?
Jobs, job creation.
And you gave me a one-word answer, jobs.
Yep.
In which case, I presume you've got something to hang your hat on which says, if we cut taxes by this much, we will create this many jobs. Yep. What's the number?
The number of
jobs that a corporate tax cut would create?
All I know is that business people tell me that they invest more in their businesses when they're left with more money.
These are encouraging signs for every Canadian, and I only wish that sometimes our little protesters, after they've gotten their 5 minutes on national TV, would stay and listen to hear the facts, because perhaps having heard the facts, you haven't lost him. Here he is. Here he is. Because if you listen to the facts, you would be the first one cheering the free trade agreement with the United States and Mexico. There you are.
Canada has already the lowest tax rate on new business investment in the G7. Investors take note. Canada is and will remain open for business.
Free trade isn't just a matter of bad policy or misguided politics. It is a destructive force that deliberately and systematically attacks the most vulnerable members of our society, not only in Canada but all over the world. It is a policy orchestrated by the rich and the elite. It is a policy that targets us all.
The government stands behind the big corporations, not the little people like us.
If we walked into somebody's house and we took their money, we would be in jail. Why are they not in jail?
But I don't care. I'll fight them every day. I'll come here, I'll fight them every day. I'll never quit. I'll never walk away from this, ever.